All right, the next race I had, I knew I wasn't going to win, but again, I'll race anybody. I'll race whoever's next to me, and the opportunity came up on this race to race a motorcycle. It was a stretched out Hayabusa, and I was watching the guy run consistent tens all day, so I knew I didn't have a chance. And again, it's just about getting out there. I was going to make a safe, good pass, worry about myself, and have some fun at the same time. So. There's no way I'm winning this race against this Hayabusa. There's no way I'm winning this race against this Hayabusa. But we'll get some footage of it. I got him off the launch. If this was a street, you'd have a chance against a guy like that, but, you know, on the track, the guys, I watched him run consistent 10s. There's no way my vehicles are going to beat him, but I'm going for personal numbers. It has nothing to do with win or lose. And I got some cool footage of a Hayabusa. Thank you.
You're welcome. I thought you said you're welcome.
Nice. After I let my car cool down a little bit, back into the 7s, 13.7. My mile per hour went up a little bit, 101. But he crossed at 10.1 at 140. So, again, hell of a race. I'm having fun, so that's all that matters. Like my channel motto says, matters not what you drive, as long as you enjoy the ride. My reaction was a 0.05, which is, I think, my best light of the night. So it was very good for me. And he ran a 0.6, so I got him off the line. And so up to the 60-foot mark, I was winning. And then you'll see from the video, he overtook me shortly after that. He ran 8.10.1, where I ran 8.13.7. And he ended up winning by just under 3 seconds time difference. So then it was getting real hot. It ended up being like 87 degrees that day. I didn't know how many more runs I was going to make, so I just got back in line again and started waiting. And I lined up against this really small car. I was watching this car do runs all morning that were on the slow side, but I take nothing away from people who got out there and raced, because they were having fun, and that's all that mattered. So not that I underestimated him, but again, I was just racing my own race, and I launched hard, and I launched too hard. As you'll see from the video, it kicked out of gear after it hit second gear. I had him smoked up until then, but as soon as it went into second gear, it went into that safe mode where it basically wants my vehicle to slow back down RPMs and speed before it'll shift back into drive. That's what it did. So I ended up losing to the slowest car at the track. But he ran a 16.4 and kicked my ass by 8.5 seconds, crossing the quarter mile at 86 miles an hour. I, on the other hand, because I had to let my engine slow back down before it'll shift back into drive, ran a 25 second at 41 miles an hour. But, it just worked out that way. But we ended up lining right back up, getting right back in line. He got right back in line, I got right back in line, and we went again heads up, and I got a little redemption. So the next race was against the exact same car, and I ran a 0.10 light and ran a 13.8 at 100 miles an hour, and he ran a 16.3. So he ran faster than he did the time he beat me, and I ended up beating him by 3 seconds. So that car's a very consistent car. It's just small, I don't know if that person has plans on making it faster, but he's certainly out there having fun, so I take nothing away from him. But that was the end of my night for racing, because it was starting to get way too warm, and after the shifting incident with my vehicle, I didn't want to become stranded in Cecil County, so I wanted to make sure I could drive all the way home. So I just went around and talked to people and watched a little bit more racing, and then packed it in for the day. So out of the 6 runs, one I shouldn't have lost and one I definitely was going to lose. I won 4 and I lost 2. And if I didn't have that shifting issue, it definitely I would have been 5-1. But it is what it is. That's racing. So I ended up finishing the day with a 4-2 record, and I had fun, and I hope all of you had fun watching the videos. And I'm gonna work on getting back out there on the track. You can see that I got the tree dialed in. I just need to get out there and put some better numbers, get a cooler day, and we'll see what kind of lower temps would make my ET. So if we can get those numbers down, shorter to ground racing and I, we're gonna have some good races. So I can't wait. So that's my day at the track, guys. Thank you very much. Alright guys, so let's sum up my day at the track. I had a great time. As you can see, though, it's very hot. It's 85, 87 degrees out, so it's very warm. It's not ideal. It's a good day. It's just not a perfect track day. A great track day would be 0 humidity at an elevation like this track is at a great elevation, so it's a good track to be at. But temperature of like 55 degrees would be like perfect. But anyways, it was a good day. My car ran great. except for the one time where it went into safe mode and shifted out of gear to protect the transmission or axles, I guess you could say. I'm not really sure what it protects. I'm sure it protects something in the transmission. But it shifts out of gear when it hits too hard to keep it from breaking. So it did that once, and I ended up losing a race that I shouldn't have lost to one of the slowest cars on the track. So it's kind of ironic. It's funny. But then we had a rematch after that, and I dusted him. But I'm sure I can clickbait a video and say that I lost to the slowest car on the track. Because once my car went out of gear, I had to let the car slow down, take it out of sand mode, take it back into normal mode. Once the speed and the RPMs dropped, it shifted back into drive, and then I was able to go. But it basically went into a limp mode where it wants you to slow down. So, you know, it's just something you deal with. That's racing. But throughout the rest of the day, it was pretty solid. It ran consistent 13.7s, and had like 1 or 2 13.8s, but it was really like barely 13.8, and you know, on a good day it's going to run 13.5s. I was spinning a little bit on the line, maybe, you know, with a better tire, a tire that's made for racing, it wouldn't spin, but that's not really a big deal to me, because again, this is my daily driver. I don't go to the track that often for that to matter. Maybe after, you know, I hit 2,000 subscribers and end up buying a new car, maybe I'll do something like a drag radial on something like that. But for now, this is perfectly fine. I'm very, very happy with it. It's a super fast SUV. Running a mid-13s is not a bad time for a daily driven SUV. It's got a lot of speed in the top end. You know, we can get out of the hole a little bit better. A 2 flat 60 foot is not great. I would love for it to be like 1.8, 1.9, but you know, it's what you deal with. Like, you gotta wait until these turbos spool up. But all in all, I had a great time. I really did, like, I didn't pick every race. There was one race where me and a buddy that I met out there tried to line up, and then there was a mismatch, so a car went by itself, and then he ended up going with somebody else, so then I ended up getting just a random person. And that's kind of how it ended up, like, throughout the whole day. Like, I didn't really choose my races for the most part, and I just lined up against whoever was next to me, and I won 4 and lost 2, even though it should have been 1, 5 and lost 1, because there was no way I was beating that Hayabusa. But the other one that I did lose to, you know, was because of the safe mode, the limp mode. But all in all, it was a great day. I hope you guys like the footage, and we'll keep doing things like this. Make sure you leave a thumbs up on this video. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. It means a lot to us YouTubers. It shows that you like our content. And we'll see you next time, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tap that button if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Make sure you tap that button if you want to see one of the YouTube recommended videos of mine. Make sure you see that button to watch me do something crazy, and also that button there if you want to watch me do something crazy. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.